Hi there, Becca. I'm just taking a look at your icons here, and they are so cute. Let's see. I don't know why I can't get my screencast screen to show all of your icons at once. This is fun. Well, you know what they look like. Here's a reminder. Here's what your adorable icons look like. I really, really like them a lot. They are so, so cute. Okay, I'm just going to kind of center it like this for some reason. Not quite sure what's going on. I think it's because I have selected the JPEG to look at. So we can look at them individually here on the PDF too. All right, so I really, really love the palm tree. I like that you have a consistent color scheme throughout. It seems like it's very well thought out. All of these are recurring colors, even down to the sand and the same one that's on this shell, and so it's really, really good. You appear to have pretty consistent amount of space between your elements too, which is something that's one of those fine details that's pretty hard sometimes to understand. For example, the amount of space on your sand pail looks like it's pretty similar to the amount of space between these different parts of your palm tree. So that's awesome. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't see a lot to correct, which means you are off to a great start. I mean, one tiny thing you may consider using slightly different colors for the handle and the actual bucket here, because when this gets really small, you might lose the handle. You might not be able to see it. And you've used these same two colors over here on this one. And so you could maybe make this a little bit more of a contrast, these two colors. But I like them a lot, and obviously it's similar to a wave where you have two different colors blue working together. You could do a few different things to take them to the next level. You could consider adding in some shapes to the background of them. You could consider doing an effect where you split your icon in half. You kind of add a 50% vertical line here, and you make one side slightly darker, and so it adds a little bit of dimension to your shapes. Let me see if I can find an example of that with maybe some beach. Let's see, beach icon set. You could also consider adding some kind of background shape into them. Here's some background shapes. These are colorful and fun, like your icon set. Still have a good amount of design elements to them, but it's really pushed it even to that next level by adding in these complementary colors in the background. Another thing you could do is you can consider adding in a shadow. This is very popular right now with icons. You can kind of add this effect that looks like they're moving through the air or they're being illuminated by a sun. That would go along nicely with your kind of beach theme, since they would be out in the sun. I think there's a tutorial for how to do this on the helpful videos, but if there's not and you want to do it, just shoot me an email and I'll send you directions for how to do that. Okay. So what are some other possible things? Oh, I was going to tell you, you could do that split element. Here's somewhere they have a little bit of a shadow. You notice they've done that by creating the shape using the same shape tools, not the drop shadow element, but there's a little bit of a shadow on these, which looks really neat. You could do that. Let me see. I'm not quite sure what the technical term is for when you split it. Let's see. That looks interesting, huh? Could do something like that. Okay, so icon set, shadow, left and right. Sometimes they pop up, but not seeing a good example of it right now. Trying to remember, one popped up earlier when I was doing a critique. Was it baking? May have been a baking icon set. Let's see. Nope, that's not it. Okay, so hopefully I'm explaining kind of the effect that you could do, but it's pretty simple. Maybe you'll stumble upon one. But yeah, you just split it kind of on a line up and down the middle, and then you would make this side slightly darker on each of your icons. And it would help create this effect like they're rounded and the sun is hitting them on one side. So that's something you could do. Try it on one of them maybe and see if you like it. See if you feel like it takes your icon set to the next level. And also you could play around with some background elements like I mentioned. Really, your icons themselves are lovely. There's not really a lot that you need to do to get them to that professional level. They're pretty much already there. So at this point, it's just playing around, seeing if there's anything extra that you could do that will take them to the next level. I wish I could find for you, let's see, maybe what I'm talking about. Let me just look one more time. I bet you I'll finish the critique video here for you, and then I will stumble upon them. This is kind of neat. You have the same color palette that's existing in the icons, but that's what they're using as the background shape. Yeah, when you look at the cool icons, you usually can see. Okay, so this is kind of what I'm talking about. They made it a diagonal line, which is neat, but you could do it, usually it's done straight up. So see how this is a little bit darker than this, and it creates that next extra cool factor. You look at these and you think they're really awesome. Oh, here's the exact example. Okay, so see how the right-hand side is a little bit darker than the left-hand side. You could do that for each of your designs, and that would take them to the next level. All right, so yeah, you're almost there. It's really, really fun. I'm loving what you're working on, and I'm looking forward to seeing your